Travis Wayne Goodsell. In the movie Mars Attacks, the aliens thought it was hilarious to play on their translated speaker that they were their friends and that humans shouldn't be running away from them, as the aliens were blasting them into oblivion. Hilarious until it's applied in real life, because obviously the aliens were not friendly. They were not humans' friends, that they only wanted to destroy the human race. While the church had me indefinitely incarcerated, some of the inmates thought it was funny that when a new guy came in to the cell block who couldn't speak English, because in case you didn't know, it's a crime in Utah to not speak English, to mess with him by saying, "F you, my friend." Again, hilarious until you realize that they're being mean, because it's being played out in reality. I did say F you, my friend, right? I didn't say the word. Was this that moment you guys have all been waiting for? To hear me slip? And of course we all know what the F word is, right? Family. Friendship. Forever. So I've told you the story about my neighbor, whom for 6 years had pretended. Don't even think about it. Pretended to be my friend, because the real truth came flowing from his lips one day. He was invited to our temple wedding at the Satanic Temple of Horrors, room number 13 even. That's actually different video. And I'd been helping him. He had a big DVD collection, but his physical handicap made it difficult to open up the DVD cases, take out the DVD, put it in a DVD player, and then when he's finished, take it out of the DVD player and put it back into a case. And so introduced him to converting DVDs and putting them on USB drives. So you just plug them in and you're good. And I did all that work for him. And so when he bought new stuff, I would do that for him too. And so conferences, the church is no longer making DVDs, but all the ones he had, I did, and the ones that he didn't have, I was making sure to get for him digitized, because the church allows you to download them, or they did, until they realize some critic is using them against them. He's using our own words against us. How do we stop him? quoting us. What the hell? He's not supposed to quote us. We said those words in sacred secrecy. Travis. I'm telling you, if I can get a group of people to help me build Zion, I'm going to spend my retirement years abridging the record of the people and going through all these videos, taking out the precious gems and assembling them together into one collection. So yeah, when he spewed forth hate and threats using religion, said he threatened me to leave this apartment, the whole building, to go. He didn't want me here. And then threw in Jesus and the Mormon Church, and then out of the blue said, you called me a Mormon. Yeah, I'm a Mormon, born and raised. So, I'm not a Mormon. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Russ, that was just changed by Nelson. So, it's always been that way. We are never Mormons. So now Mormons are never Mormoners. Or never Mormons. Yeah, never Mormons-ers. God. And so yeah, with that I left. You don't use religion on me, especially my own religion that has done the same type of thing to me. Pretending to be the true church, pretending to be prophets inspired by God, and then wanting me assassinated. You sort of have no reliability. I can't trust you. I can't believe you anymore. So when Nelson comes out and says, we're concerned about your safety, we want to make sure that the church is opened in accordance with the government, we're concerned for your safety. Why are you opening? The government's not following the medical advice. You're a medical doctor yourself, Nelson. Why are you opening too early? And then they wonder why Mormons decide to be anti-maskers. Why everybody's pissed that we have to take a vaccination shot. As everybody seems to have forgotten who caused all this, the spread and the escalation. You'll see that Mormons are pissed when I called out Bednar for blaming the virus. If we had followed the medical professionals from the beginning, our lives would be back to normal already. But nope, the whole world decided to infect everybody, to require a vaccination. And so when prophets say they love us, when they say that they're concerned for our well-being, that they want us to be safe, screen, filling in the blanks. I'm all by myself, I'm not being recorded. As their words are fraud. They're redefining love as hate. Calling good evil and evil good. That's what it means. You can't say you love somebody and then take away their agency. Or even victim blame and say, well, it's for your own good. Suicidal Tendencies had a song come out in the 80s, which I related to very much so back in the 80s. I didn't care much for Pepsi. I was more of a Mountain Dew man. Still am. If you've never heard the song, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But in the song, his mother comes bursting in, and Dad in tow, and she says she thinks it's in his best interest that he get the help he needs to be institutionalized. Thus the name of the song. And he goes off on her. All I wanted was a Pepsi. And you think I'm on drugs? I've been to your churches. I've been to your schools. The most heinous of evil I can conceive of can only be committed by a mother. To blame her child for being born. And using that as a guilt trip and an extortion threat to force the child into slave labor. I can't think of any other crime more heinous than that. Mothers do not get the right to blame their children for being born. It is not a funny joke. And I've seen certain TV shows try to use that. I've seen that being used in our society. That needs to stop immediately. You do not love your children if you blame them for being born. You do not get the right to be their mother anymore. And so yes, not even the church can be as evil, despite how evil they are, using religion to spread hate, to incite violence. All Mormons believe they're unworthy. That they just hope that God will be merciful and grant them exaltation like the prophets are going to get. If you've ever seen Man in the Iron Mask with Leonardo DiCaprio, he murders her fiancée, takes her as his own wife, and she's distraught. She doesn't want to be with the king, but then she finds out that he had her fiancée murdered, and she's upset. But Leonardo DiCaprio, the evil twin, if you've seen it, tells her that she's the one going to hell, not him, because he is the king. He's God. His will is God's will. And so she went and hung herself. I always cry at the part where they're down in the tombs and they're trapped. So they decide to go down fighting. A prophet who deceives his people in such a manner is unfit. Too many people have died because of him. Too many Mormons will not hold him accountable.